Mr. Singh, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for spending time. Can you tell us how have you seen the evolution of the electronics manufacturing ecosystem in the recent years?
Wow, this is probably in post-COVID, I think so. This is a non-stop growth for us. And it has opened a new chapter for all of us, be it equipment companies or distributor systems like us,
Okay.
our customers, including all over places, including the whole ecosystem.
Okay.
India, I have never seen this level of a growth before. And everyone, there's enough business for everyone, what you see here.
Sure.
Even you must have witnessed that how this particular event have given an excitement to everybody. Everyone is very charged up, motivated, as if they want to conquer the world. It's not like a conquering the India market. Everyone is thinking how each company are conquering the world. Just to add here further, I have scaled up the business. I've gone beyond India. I've opened up my company in Middle East.
Okay.
Because yes, and I've taken a very large scale contract in one of the leading company in Middle East, which are going to produce the AI servers.
Okay.
Yes, and because Middle East market is something which people have never thought that electronic manufacturing will take place.
Right.
But even the whole of the Middle East means, I would say, United Arab Emirates. Then we have a Saudi, we have a Qatar, and also Kuwait. So these are the countries, they also are very keen to understand what electronic manufacturing is. In short, what India was 20 years back,
Okay.
we are seeing exactly same level of an excitement. But
Okay.
the level of an SMT line, which I'm setting up over there, it is at par with any big companies. You talk about the multinational company SMT line, you talk about the highest of the highest specification.
Okay.
Because they are going to produce the servers,
Okay.
which is not easy to produce. So it's a humongous task for me. So nutshell, yes, there's a lot of excitement.
Okay. So what you're basically saying is, for equipment suppliers like you, your learning from India now can be used and expand global markets.
Yes, why not? And we just need the place is there.
Okay.
Yeah, and for example, we have been an equipment distributor for the last nearly about 30 years.
Right.
And I have started building some machines in India as well. So they are the conveyor systems, and we added very high-tech software, AI-enabled softwares. Then I have established a division called NEST, which is called New Emerging and Strategic Technologies. In our booth, you can see how my engineers build in-house software for the AMRs, autonomous mobile robots. And it can easily build multi-agents working together on a shop floor, mainly for the material movements. And important thing is that when there's a single AMR working is very easy, but you have multiple AMRs working on a floor, it's a very complicated thing. As if you are driving a Tesla. Tesla is known for the software, more like a hardware part. So my engineers did a pretty good job. We are one of the initial early days recruiter in IIT Delhi and IIT Kanpur. And I have recruited engineers right from the IIT Delhi and Kanpur to local diploma schools. So the scale is really gone horizontally and vertically too big. So we are really expanding a lot. We have started building our own product, our own software, which is going to complement our existing supply chain for the equipments.
It was also mentioned about an AOI product being developed by us.
Yes, it's already done. We worked it with a German company, and we are doing pretty good. It got instant approval by the global companies.
Okay.
Yeah, we are just working out how to optimize the cost, because quality is one side, but people are also looking for the cost optimization, and I'm sure we are going to achieve that also.
So you see gradually Indian made in India brands coming into this manufacturing?
If there is a capability, and every customer would love to have it.
Okay.
It's just a matter who is coming first and who is going to offer them. So for example, my conveyors, we did everything by ourselves. We have not copied anything.
Okay.
So we have our own design, we have our own software, we have our own supply chain, we have our own assembly of every conveyors. So everything we did it by ourselves. So Rahul, the point here is, whatever we have earned it, we have reinvested back in the company. And I've opened up a big factory in Noida, and opening up next month, we are opening a big campus in Bangalore, which is nearly about 22,000 square feet. in Devanhalli near to the airport.
Okay.
And we are going to have our two parallel operations running north and south.
Okay.
Yes.
And in Bangalore will be an R&D setup?
We have it's a very large size floor plate. We have it 22,000 bill campus,
Okay.
and so we are going to have our own demo room,
Okay.
training room. We are going to assemble the machines,
Okay.
and we have our own software lab where we are going, because all the new tech things, we are building an AMR, what I told you before. We are building our own, trying to build our own MES,
Okay.
and we are also doing our own AI.
Okay.
So, for example, most of these, for example, ChatGPT or Google Gemini, it need internet.
Okay.
But large corporation, they don't want the company confidential or proprietary information
Okay.
to be used through the ChatGPT. Otherwise, it will be uncontrolled.
Right.
So they want to restrict it. So for that, my engineers have really done a great job. So without internet, it can have a complete function. What you see on a ChatGPT.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
So
a great
the
tool.
AI engine is running on the edge.
Yeah, AI enabled engine will be installed on the machines.
Right.
For example, we have a Heller machine here,
Okay.
reflow machine, and let us say, for example, at the night,
Okay.
something went wrong.
Right.
Service engineer is not available.
Okay.
So we have a chat box available,
Okay.
which like a chat GPT kind.
Okay.
You can just write down what are the problem symptoms you are seeing on the screen and everything. It'll give you entire video description of in possible solutions.
So the machine
And multiple languages. You can write in Gujarati, you can write in Kannada, you can write in Tamil,
Okay.
you can write in Hindi.
Okay.
So the operator, if he doesn't understand English,
Right.
you can have the whole download in the local language
So now totally
without internet.
wow. Okay. So how many employees are there at NMTronics right now?
Now we
And
have
it's just
550 engineers. 550 engineers as per the latest payroll.
So basically, you only hire engineers, is it?
I would say out of 550 engineers, I think so 525 must be engineers. Remaining are only the backend guys.
There's also a lot of times in the engineering, electronics engineering community, there's a feeling that electronics manufacturing is something for the diploma holders, technicians, and not for electronics engineers.
Our company has got a space
Okay.
for everything.
Okay.
It starts right. As I told you, we are a recruiter, day 5 recruiter in IT Delhi and Kanpur. So we are taking highly capable engineers from there, and we are hiring from diplomas also, because we need entire talent. We need a talent who are have a very high intellect, very high analytical power.
Okay.
Two, they're very good in their hand skills. So we need engineers of all types.
And any new product categories that you're seeing getting in demand in India in addition to the standard?
Rahul, it's a very interesting thing. The world is moving towards the software. The entire new development of the machine, what you see, is all software driven.
Okay.
It's just matter of just 2 days back, our company and Sarma SGS
Okay.
and our new partner called Arch System
Okay.
have signed up a data analytics AI driven tool,
Okay.
because they have got more than 35 SMT lines. They have got 6 factories, different locations,
Okay.
and completely diversified equipment portfolio.
Okay.
So the corporate office can have the real-time data
Okay.
coming in on the common dashboard from all across the SMT lines.
Okay.
That what are the yield, what is the OEE,
Okay.
what they can even know which product is running what, how, and collecting the data from pick and place, the SPIs, the AOIs. So they have an immediate point where the things can get improved. If you have a data coming available, the management can immediately take corrective action. And if it is a real time and the correct data, so decision will be correct.
And what about the AI engine helping in decision making or doing predictive?
It's more of the predictive side, because they do lot of they collect lot of data, so the pattern is getting analyzed,
Okay.
and they have seen how when they're running a board A, what kind of difficulties they had it, and after multiple a sequence of different boards, different products, different projects, and you're running back the product A, they knew what problem had when there was initial build.
Okay.
And when they're going to restart it, they can tell you what problem you had it. You better be very careful this time.
Okay.
Yes.
So what you're saying is the real demand now that is growing is for the intelligence layer above the machine.
Yes,
Right.
how they're getting connected.
Okay.
Even Fuji, for example, they have got a FSF, which you call Fuji Smart Factory.
Okay.
And Fuji has built a kind of a concept which is called Dark Factory.
Right.
So it's going to be really factory of the future.
Okay.
Means why we need light in the production floor? Because we need light for the operators.
Right.
If there are no humans, there's no need of light.
Okay.
So Fuji has already demonstrated that in Japan,
Okay.
and we are taking some of our customers to Japan to showcase how the factory of the future, or the dark factory, or lights off factory, how it's going to work.
Okay. Okay. But isn't that a little scary thought for countries like India? How would you handle
Yes,
that topic?
yeah,
given
because the political pressure is creating more jobs.
that-
Yeah, but here the jobs are going to be there all the time. When the economy grows, jobs are going to be there all the time.
Okay.
And that is a development happening in Japan. And we are into an international business.
Sure.
So international business will have a combination of definitely the cutting edge technology coming in.
Right.
Plus there are plenty of things to do, even manual also. Yeah, of course, that is not a cheaper solution, very expensive, because manpower is scarcity there. Here we have abundant manpower.
Right.
The problem in India is a skill.
Okay.
If we have a skill,
Okay.
it's easy. No problem. It's more cost effective.
Oh, great. I realize you gave us 10 minutes and I've extended that. Thank you very much. I think
Thank you,
we
Rahul.
need to do a longer interview.
Yeah, no problem. Any given point. Thank you. Thank you very much for being in our booth. Thank you.